everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome. Today I'm going to be making a top, and my idea for this was to be like a holiday themed top, which is why I'm making red, but it's past Christmas, so maybe next year I'll wear it, you know, or just like whenever. Let's get into it. So first things first, for this project I'm going to need to measure myself so I can figure out my size on the pattern. Decided I'm going to be doing the sleeves a different type of fabric than the body. So on the back of the pattern, it's gonna tell you like what measurements you need right there. So I'm gonna measure all those parts of my body. Running through my head, the things I wanna say. I just cut out all of my pieces, and here they are. I have them laying out. Acting on your eyes, what's inside your mind? I'm gonna be showing you the fabric I got and like how much I spent, I guess. And I got this thread, and then I got this. I got half a yard of this, so it's like kind of see-through. It is see-through, and that's what I'm going to be using for the sleeves, and it was $5.99 a yard. Since I only got half, it was $3. And then for my base, I got this. It's kind of like this. It looks a lot brighter on camera, but it's not. Here it's more like a deeper red, but it was $12.99, and I got 2.5 of that, which I'm realizing that was a lot more than I actually needed. So then in total I paid $32.48 for this. And I think right now I'm gonna wash it, so just in case it's gonna shrink or something. So my fabric is done being washed, so I need to iron the pattern so it's flat, and then I'm gonna cut out my fabric because I got this rotary cutter for Christmas, and of course I also got a mat, so I'm gonna be using this to cut out my fabric. Woo. Let's cut some fabric. Say it's hard to see cold, you're moving fast, I move slow, we're both losing control. You say it's wrong, I say right, you want it dark, I want light, we're both losing this fight. Now you're screaming all your thoughts, and now you're right back at you. We are mutually exclusive with two different points of view. Words go over both our heads, yet we're asking ourselves how. We don't listen to each other, we're just two mouths talking. It is time to sew. Reading my direction, my first step is to stay stitch the bodice pieces, the front of the bodice and the lining. I'll show you what it means. So basically it's just saying that this is stay stitch, and I stitch in the ways of the arrows. I just want to say one thing that also helps me when I'm following a pattern is to fold it like this, so I can only see like the stuff that I need to see, or like a few steps ahead, because if I can see the whole thing and I'll start reading ahead, then I'll start getting really overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, a little pro tip, because I'm a route. Okay, no I'm not. Oh my god, that's for a later video. Okay, so I got all my pieces stay stitched, all my pieces, my two pieces, and now I'm going to be taking piece number one, this one, which is the front of the bodice. So I'm going to gather the front of the bodice, and I'm going to sew along these dart seams and then pull to 3 inches. I don't know what that means. I don't know. So yeah, let's get sewing darts. Talking loud now. That was rough. I got my gathers all sorted out. This is what it looks like on this side. What it looks like on this side. Okay, it actually looks pretty good. I feel like these directions are so vague that I'm like, what do you mean? Step number 3 is to basically fold it like this, and then we're gonna be stitching on here. So that's basically what I just did, and now we're gonna be stitching to hold the gathers together. So I am now on step 4, and so basically I just have the front of the bodice, and then we got the side piece. I think this is another side piece, so it's like this. And I'm gonna sew this part together, and then I'll do the exact same thing onto the side. So now I'm on step number 5 and I'm gonna be sewing the yoke. I don't really know what that means, but I think it's just like the shoulder piece. And there's 2 of them because I have 2 shoulders. So here's one and the other one, and then I also have to sew the lining for it, like just with like the same fabric. But apparently I didn't cut out 4 pieces of good old number 5 pattern piece. I only cut out 2. So now I have to cut more fabric. So I got all my fabric pieces right there. So yeah, we're gonna be sewing the yoke. Let's go. Okay, so I ended up cutting my other pieces of 5 that I needed, and now I have it pinned to 4 right here. So now I'm gonna go sew those bad boys up, and then I'm going to put them on the other pieces because this is the lining pieces, and then I need to put the lining with the actual piece right there, and then connect it to my beautiful bodice. So yeah, let's go. Patience to the test. Okay guys, so we're having a little windstorm right now, but that's unimportant. I'm back to sewing now. It is February 2nd, so it's been like a while since I worked on my sewing project because I've been so busy with school and everything, but whatever. But I got a zipper, an invisible zipper. It's actually like a really bright red, and I didn't really want a really bright red because my fabric's like more deeper, I think. I don't know if you can really tell. And I kind of completely forgot where I left off, so first I'm gonna figure that out. I'm really trying to grind out this project today. It's been open for way too long and I just want to be done with it. So yeah, even though like I'm enjoying the process, we're gonna get sewing. All right, now I'm just ironing the seam inside of the shoulder area to get ready to stay stitch. That is go on without an end, not making any sense. Well, now I'm about to stay stitch it. Beautiful. After that is time to base this part, and I will be basting the top and the bottom and the side. Losing control. You say it's wrong, I say right. You want it dark, I want light. Now that my shoulder pieces are complete, I have to pin them to the bodice. 5 cents, I've made a mistake. So for doing these parts, which are like the straps, I made them both the same way when they kind of need to be like opposite so they can both match up with the shoulder or armhole. So yeah, we love that. Really good at sewing, guys, don't worry. So I think I'm gonna be taking this apart, so I have to undo the basting, undo the understitch, and re-iron all of it. All of that literally took me so long, so I love that. Do we lie? We got her go. Now we gotta look at step number 9. So I just sewed these to this. Do be cute with a puff sleeve. More time to sew. Currently set up on my sewing machine, but I have my bodice lining pieces all together, and then my bodice pieces all together. So I'm gonna sew them together and do everything else it says about that. We're both losing, it's fine. Now you're screaming all your thoughts, and now you're right back at you. We are mutually. Okay, still working on my shirt. So right now I'm just pinning everything to do an understitch with the lining. So this is the lining and this is the front, and I'm just ironing it and then pinning. So I just stitch in the ditch really quickly. It's not the best. Okay, so now that I'm done with this part of the top, not done, I don't think, but moving on now to the bottom. I think the bottom's actually going to be pretty like easier, so let's get on with that. Exclusive with 2 different points of view. Let's go over. I just want to give you all a little pro tip if you're ever sewing with a pattern, especially if you're sewing with a fabric that doesn't have a right or wrong side technically, then make sure to read the pattern all the way through so that you can have all your notches able to line up and everything, because I did not do that for this, and I just had to like redo part of it and it sucked trying to figure that out, but it'll be okay. Don't listen to each other, we're just 2 mouths talking loud. Okay, so I'm currently on step 13 and I have all these pieces. This is the lower bodice piece. I have all them to put together and I'm feeling a little worried because like this does not go all the way around my like waist stomach section, but we'll see what happens. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, so and now I'm gonna be connecting the top part of my bodice to the lower part of my bodice. Okay guys, we're freaking doing it. So let's see what it looks like. Okay. Oh my gosh. I can't decide, is it? I think it's actually super cute. Wait, it's super cute. Oh, she's obsessed. But I just don't want it to be too long, so after I sew it together, I'm gonna see what it's like. I probably won't. Okay, so I just tried it on and it's kind of a little too big, so I decided that I am gonna cut a little off of the bottom and then I'm also going to take in a little bit of the seam. Let me show y'all. Well, I pinned it like an inch up to see what it would look like, and I think I'm gonna take a little bit more. But if I put this on, basically I'm gonna like take these two seams in a little bit, I think, and then right here for this back, these back pieces, I'm just gonna cut them off because I realized when I put the zipper on, it'll still be like kind of loose, I think. Hopefully, I don't want to like mess this up. Okay, so here's me ironing those lower bodice seams out because that's what you do. So that's what I'm doing. Anyways. Alright, it's zipper time, so let's go stitch that in. Now to put the zipper in, basically I'm going to measure from the top all the way to the bottom where the notches are, so not all the way to the bottom, and then I will measure that and then measure it on the zipper, and that is where I will end the zipper and cut it off and make sure it's all tied off so you have my little mark. And then, yeah. Okay, honestly, putting in the zipper isn't that hard, but you just really need to just follow the instructions, which is pretty easy. Here I am ironing out the zipper because it always comes a little wonky and then you want to like move the teeth back for invisible zippers. I just changed my presser foot to the zipper foot, and now I have sewed this side of the zipper, so I just need to do the other side. So let's get sewing.
And then what is your plan to motivate? Most of us are aware of a way to actually devote their time and money.
Okay, y'all, it literally just took me so long to figure this one thing out. I'm on step 19 finally, and I literally was just sitting here for at least 20-ish minutes trying to figure out what it meant because it's so freaking confusing. Basically, I have my zipper right here, and I opened it. It says rolling the zipper teeth away from the opening. And I'm like, okay, so if I have it like this, right? Like this is the opening, right? And the zipper teeth are right here. So like rolling it away, I was like this? But no, you just want to roll it back so it's just flat. And then I think I'm gonna put this lining over it. Actually makes a lot of sense now. So I'm gonna do that. Also, look, I painted my nails for Valentine's Day. Not gonna lie, kind of cute. There's like light pink under here, but it's super light. And then I did polka dots and hearts. Right now, I am essentially just marking where the seam will be and then ironing it and pinning the folds in place. Also, can we talk about this angle? Like, okay, queen. Update time. I'm currently working on the sleeve and I cannot figure out this freaking sleeve. This fabric is so pretty though. It's supposed to be like puff sleeve kind of, but I'm kind of realizing that maybe it's not going to be as puff sleeve as I thought, because I'm basically doing this sleeve, but it's going to be short sleeve. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of improvising. I just did this stitch with my basting stitch for the gather. And then I'm going to do another stitch 1/4 inch away. Yeah, I just want to say I really feel like I'm doing the sleeves wrong. Let me show you them right now. That's what they look like. But how is this part gonna fit like here? That's what I don't understand, because the pictures are not helpful and the words are just really confusing. It says gather top of sleeve between notches. Like, how am I supposed to know what the top is? Wait, I just realized I did it wrong. Yay, I did it wrong. OMG. So here's how I did it wrong. So I realized that I adjusted my sleeve to make it short sleeve instead of long sleeve. So it would be like really long, which makes sense. And in the picture, it shows it being a really long section. So I'm like, okay, I just need a really long section. So I just did the curve. But no, this is the seam that I'm supposed to sew. It's just really small because I made it short sleeve instead of long sleeve. And then all of this from here all the way to over here is the gather, but I only did it from here to here. I messed up and now I'm gonna fix it. First, I was also figuring out my elastic because for some reason I cannot find my elastic guide. So I figured, because on the pattern it says I need 3/4 of a yard of elastic, so then that's 27 inches. I divided that by 2, which is 13.5, and I have 1/2 inch elastic. So I'm going to cut 13.5 of this and then cut it down the middle, and then I'm going to do a zigzag stitch on the side that I cut so that it doesn't fray. And I'm going to do that right now because I feel like that's more productive than being upset that I messed up on my sleeves.
Talking loud now, now. Talking loud now. Talking loud now.
Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna do a little experiment because my fabric is see-through, right? And I'm using elastic that is white. I didn't even think about that. You would be able to see it when I put it through the casing. So yeah, we're gonna try that with food coloring right now. So we'll see how that goes. Here's my immaculate red food coloring bath. But anyways, it kind of worked. Here's the casing for the elastic and the little gap I left open and will be feeding the elastic through. Now that I finished putting the elastic through, I need to sew the ends of the elastic together, and then I will sew up the rest of the casing. Here's what I thought was the right way to pin the sleeve, and then later I learned it's not, so then here is the right way to pin the sleeve. So yeah, now I'm gonna sew the sleeve together. Woo!
Ryan Litzy.
This is what it looks like. These are the sleeves. It's a little long and also just weird with jeans. I feel like tuck it up a little bit or tuck it in. I love this neckline. It is so cute. Back angle. Alright, I made this. Oh, it is a little big right here, but that's okay. Super obsessed, and I'm wearing a headband and it's so cute. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching me struggle a lot to make this beautiful top, and this was my first like big sewing project and I'm super excited, and I can't wait for my next project, which might be my prom dress, even if I'm not gonna have a prom. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more fashion sewing videos. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye. Sorry, I'm obsessed.